June is here and the quick spring season is almost over. Welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
I'm Jay Wilcox. Today on the show, highlights from section golf, baseball, softball, and lacrosse. We'll talk state tennis with the Wayzata boys and meet a Maple Grove softball player who is back for more at the state tournament. And we'll get started with the postseason in track. A shortened track and field season culminated in section meets, starting with the 5AA meet at Hamlin. In the boys' 100-meter dash, Fridley's Howard Odell edges Champlain Park's Emmanuel Egbajor. Odell just misses a section record. In the boys' 4x200 relay, Osseo's Fawaz Oba has just enough down the stretch to win it for the Orioles. After a fun hailstorm, events resume. This is Park Center's Baranidam Korda in the long jump. He takes third place at 21.6½. In the boys' high jump, Champlain Park's Jeremy Johnson's best is 6 feet 5 inches. He takes fourth place and qualifies for state. Back to the track, Egbajor wins the 400 with a time of 49.83 seconds. In the girls' 400, Osseo's Phyllis Webb gets out a victory for the Orioles. We check out the team scores. The Champlain Park boys take the section championship with St. Michael Albertville in second and Spring Lake Park third. Park Center is 7th, Totino Grace 10th, Osseo 12th, Maple Grove 13th, and Rogers is 15th. Mounds View's girls take the 5AA title ahead of St. Michael, Albertville, and Blaine. Maple Grove is the top area team in 4th. Grace is 6th, Osseo 7th, Champlain Park 10th, and Rogers 12th.
In section 6AA, Cooper played host to the section meet once again. The two highlights of this meet, and they're off. The Hawks. Ashante Payne competing in the discus. His best is 152 feet even. Payne places third in the event and just misses qualifying for state. The rest of these athletes are state qualifiers. Armstrong Jesse Casisto, best toss in the discus, 153 feet 9 inches. That's good for second place. Emily Delaney of Armstrong goes up and over to clear 9 feet 11 inches in the pole vault. Delaney later clears 10 feet 5 inches to place second for the Falcons. To the track events, and Jeff Borchard anchors Wayzata to a win in the boys' 4x100 relay. Trojans freshman Ruby Stauber hangs on to win the 400 meters in 56.55 seconds. It's brother versus brother. Wayzata's Michael Smith edges James by just over a second in the 400 meters. And they share a good moment on the track. Jacob Gredvig of Hopkins in a battle on the 300-meter hurdles. He holds on for the win by 1/10 of a second. Taylor Anderson of Hopkins is one of the better sprinters ever in the area. She rolls to the win in the 200 in a time of 12.28 seconds and also wins the 100 meters, 22.28 in the 200. Shahid Hickman of Hopkins, the section champion in the boys' 200 meters. They'd really be flying in the 100. Wayzata wins the boys' team title ahead of Eden Prairie, Hopkins, and Edina. Host Cooper is 7th, Armstrong 9th, and Bedale 13th. The Wayzata girls finish second to champion Minnetonka. Eden Prairie is 3rd, Hopkins takes 5th, Armstrong 8th, Benilde 9th, and Cooper 14th.
Now to baseball, where Champlain Park is at a strong season. The Rebels, the number 2 seed in Section 5-3A, met up with Minnesota Player of the Year Logan Shore and top seed Coon Rapids in the Section 5-3A winners bracket final. Shore is on fire early, fanning the side in the top of the first. Jerry Coe's Cardinals get on the board in the bottom half of the first as Anthony Merloza will drive it a long way to left center for a double. Taylor Kroll scores on the play, and it is 1-0 Coon Rapids. They extend the lead in the third. Jake Bruner with the hit. 2 runners score on the play for the Cardinals, including Kroll. They build their lead up to 4-0. Here's one Daniel Kill will remember. He connects against Shore, and his liner to left has enough to clear the wall for a 2-run shot. The Rebels are right back in it, pulling within 4-2 in the 5th inning. But Coon Rapids adds some insurance runs in the 6th. Alex Boxwell delivers a hit with the bases loaded. 1 run is in, 2 runs, and the 3rd runner, Jace Haig, looks like he'll be out. But the ball pops free on the tag. Coon Rapids wins 8-2 to move into the finals. Champlain Park plays again on Tuesday.
Might have turned out to be a pretty good idea this year. Most of the Section 6-3A baseball tournament has been played at the Metrodome. Wayzata faces Edina before about 85 people in the winners bracket final. Connor Trigstead strikes out to end the first inning for the Trojans. It's the start of a big day for Hornets pitcher Matt Hopfner. Hopfner comes through with a bat in the top of the third. He laces a hit into left center field here. Ryan Searle scores, and Edina leads 1-0. Wayzata's number 16, Ryan Wallstead, pitches pretty well too. He gets Hopfner looking in the fifth with one out and the bases loaded for a big second out. But Wallstead can't get out of the inning unscathed. Mark Handberg, the next batter, rips a hit to left. Two runners, including William Vanderbilt, score. The Hornets lead it 3-0. And that's plenty of run support for Hopfner. He tosses a complete game one-hitter as Edina beats Wayzata 4-0.
After that game, Armstrong and Hopkins squared off in an elimination game. Armstrong takes the lead as Nick Malmgren drops a hit into short center field in the second inning. It scores Jordan Kuznia, and it's 1-0 Falcons. In the next inning, Malmgren delivers again, slashing a hit through the drawn-in left side. Brady Johnson and Danny Carlson score on the play, and Armstrong's lead grows to 3-0 after 3 innings of play. Hopkins comes back in the fifth. Eric Edlin drops a single into left field to bring Max Wiesner home. The Royals are on the board, now trailing it by a score of 3-1. And Eric Wicklund follows suit, going down to get the low pitch and dropping a hit to left. This one scores Roman Carls to make it 3-2. They later tie it on a wild pitch. Tied 3-3 in the seventh when JT Den Hartog bounces to the hole at short. The Falcons try to turn a double play and almost get it, but the go-ahead run scores as Den Hartog reaches. The Royals score a comeback 4-3 win to eliminate Armstrong. The Royals went on to lose 2-1 to Wayzata. That puts the Trojans into Tuesday's championship round against Edina. The Hornets need one win to take the section title. Wayzata needs a doubleheader sweep. And John, Providence in Section 5AA and Heritage in Section 4A baseball still alive at this taping of Sports Jam.
And champions will be crowned over the next few days in all of the local section state baseball next week. Next up on Sports Jam, highlights from section softball, golf, and more.
Welcome back to Sports Jam, John. It's been quite a season for the Maple Grove softball team.
And it'll continue this week at the state tournament after a section championship for the Crimson. Maple Grove looking for back-to-back section titles. They faced Coon Rapids in the final. The Cardinals' Katie Fredrickson hitting a little flare, caught by Taylor Bratten. She goes to Bree Basil for the double play, one of two turned by the Crimson on the day. Maple Grove trailed 1-0 against pitcher Allie Habel on the Cardinals for a long time until Michelle Gorsuch's grounder to second in the fifth inning. Scores Sarah Michael, tying the game at 1. Later in the same inning, Sammy Sadler, it's an 0-2 pitch the opposite way. Her single to left plates Tess Wildner, and the Crimson lead 2-1. Next batter is Sydney Smith, and she drives a hit to right. Abby Bonnell and Sadler score on Smith's single. The Crimson open up a 4-1 lead. Smith retires the game's final 11 batters as Maple Grove repeats as section champions. Great win after a slow start to the game.
I think we were nervous because I think we were a little quieter at the beginning when it was 1-0. I mean, I know I was nervous. And then right when we started getting the runs, like we went away and the momentum came and we just started cruising.
Maple Grove faces Bloomington Jefferson in the Class 3A quarterfinals Thursday morning at 11 at Caswell Park in North Mankato. The semifinals are that afternoon with the championship game on Friday. We'll meet Taylor Bratten later in our Sports Jam Spotlight. Spots in the state golf tournament were on the line last week. Highlights from day 2 of the Section 6-3A boys tournament. Benilde St. Margaret's Riley Gannon shot a second round 76 after a first day score of 73 and qualifies for state as an individual. As does Paul Vogt of Hopkins. Although he misses the birdie try here on the Ridge's 10th hole, Vogt would par the hole. He shot rounds of 69 and 76 for the tournament. Armstrong was one of the 4 teams to make the cut from day 1 to day 2. Falcons' Cole Sofa chips to the green on the 13th hole. The Falcons place 4th. Wayzata's team will represent Section 6 at state. 8th grader Van Holmgren on the tee on the 15th hole here. He shot rounds of 75 and 73. His brother Will drops this short birdie putt on number 17. He shot an even par round of 72 in the second day. And the third Holmgren brother, Jack, makes a great par save with this putt on number 13. Jack shot a 76 Thursday after a first-round 71. Those three guys are the low three scores in the tournament after vote of Hopkins. Here are the team scores. Wayzata wins the section by 9 shots over Edina. Orono is third with Armstrong fourth. Both Vogt and Gannon, along with the Wayzata team, advance to the state tournament next week. Day 2 of the 6-3A girls tournament is Tuesday at Ridges at Sand Creek.
Golfers in Section 5-3A had spots at state on the line for them last week at section competition as well. Maple Grove's Parker Hill tees it off at Bunker Hills. He shoots a 78, just missing, qualifying for state. Andrew Chan has had a good season for Park Center. He rolls in the putt for bogey on East number 5. Chan with an 80 on the day. Osseo Zach Heiser will knock down a short putt for par on East number 8. Heiser ties for the Orioles low round with an 80. Jackson Lanu of Maple Grove reads this one well, curling it home for a birdie on East hole number 1. Lanu scores a 77 to advance to state as an individual. His teammate Jake Herdine has a near miss as his putt skirts the cup on his final hole of the day on West number 9. Herdine taps in to finish with a 77 as he matches Lanu and qualifies for state. But Maple Grove falls short as a team, finishing second to Rogers. The Royals' Dylan Klein ties for a team best with a round of 75. Check out the scores. Rogers at 305 finishes 6 shots ahead of Maple Grove. The Royals go to state. Osseo is 6th, 1 stroke ahead of Champlain Park. Totino Grace is 9th and Park Center 12th. At the 5-3A girls tournament at North Fork, Blaine wins the team title. Maple Grove is 2nd, followed by Moundsview and Rogers. Grace ties for 5th with Osseo 9th, Champlain Park 10th, and Park Center 13th. Osseo's Emily Pedersen and Jillian Clausen of Maple Grove go to state as individuals.
Lacrosse teams in Section 5 hit the field for the start of section play last week. The top-seeded Armstrong girls had little trouble with 8th-seeded Columbia Heights. First half, Mari Verbaten scores from the free position for Armstrong. She nets 3 of the Falcons' first 4 goals. Heather Kaluzniak with a nifty flip pass to cutter Kelly Osdick. She fires the low shot in for a goal. Kaluzniak's shot from the free position is blocked, but she gets the rebound and scores for an 8-0 Armstrong lead. Stephanie Olson finds Amy Master cutting to the goal. Master buries the shot. Armstrong leads 14-0 at halftime. They go on to win it 18-0. In Section 6 boys, Benilde hosting Blake. Josh Workmeister, the pass. Gibson Ryan, the shot and goal, tying it at 2. From behind the goal, Christopher Shute working his way in, buries it for Blake. They tie it at 3. Late in the first half, Michael Lamb passing to Chris Hickok. He puts it away. 5-4 Red Knights at halftime. Nice deception for the Bears' Grant Oy. He shovels it in. We're tied again, 6-6 in the third quarter. In the fourth, Blake takes a 2-goal lead. Ned Hartfield fires the high shot in to make it 8-6 Bears. With the rain falling, Benilde gets within a goal. Robbie Lance scores, but it's as close as Benilde gets. Blake wins 8-7 to advance into the section final. Jay, the Wayzata and Champlain Park boys and Maple Grove and Champlain Park girls are into their section finals in lacrosse.
That's right, and some other local teams ready for semis, including the Armstrong girls and boys team. Should be good action this week. Well, Maple Grove and Wayzata in Class AA and Bracken Class A are competing in the team portion of the state boys tennis tournament this week. Some local players will compete in the singles and doubles competition too after qualifying through section play. Nick Beatty serves for Wayzata in the Section 6 AA doubles final. His partner Jack Raven angles the volley with good touch. Raven and Beatty dominate the first set against Andrew Novak and Andrew Rust of Hopkins. Novak's strong serve to the corner sets up Rust for the overhead as the Royals duo plays a stronger second set. But the Wayzata guys roll to the win. After Novak's serve, his lob attempt is too long on match point, and Raven and Beatty win 6-love, 6-3 to take the section title. Both teams, though, go to state, and we'll hear from Wayzata later in the show.
A local powerhouse is still going strong in adapted sports. The Robbinsdale Hopkins Mount West Tonka PI Division adapted softball team took aim at another title against Dakota United. Dakota starts quick. Melissa Kim is hit, scores Grayson Nicolay. The Hawks lead 3-0 after half an inning. Bottom of the second, Jeremy Jost puts it into play for the Robins. 2-run score on the infield hit for Jost, and we're tied at 3. Dakota briefly takes the lead back, but the Robins get 3 in the 5th and 3 in the 6th. Jost coming through here with another run-scoring hit. The Robins win their 5th straight state title, 10-5.
We haven't had a team, come after us that quick early in the game and score some runs and just pose such a threat to us. And our kids were just mentally strong all game long, and they battled back and did a great job.
Well, the score and the drive to be the state champions for the 5th time in a row, and no one likes to lose, so that is a good motivation.
That's a tough team to beat.
Well, that's for sure. Whether it's new faces in the lineup or it's soccer, hockey, or softball, it doesn't seem to matter. The Robins just keep on rolling. Stay with us. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, Meet a Maple Grove softball standout who's played a key role in helping her team back into the state tournament.
Later this week, Taylor Bratten becomes the first varsity player in Maple Grove softball history to start in 3 state tournaments. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet this driven Crimson senior. Crimson! In June 2012, a veteran Maple Grove softball team finished 2nd at the state Class 3A tournament. It was led by a talented senior class, which makes this trip to state for Taylor Bratten and the 2013 Crimson a little surprising.
We had no idea what to expect, but it's been a great senior season. I can't even tell you how much it means that we are doing this well. I feel like I could be playing a little better, but I think I'm doing well for my senior season, and it's just great to see how our team is working together and making it this far.
Taylor is one of 4 senior captains, and a big reason the Crimson is still playing, hitting .359 and playing a steady second base.
She's been a 4-year starter for us. She's played some right field. She's DP'd for us, but the last 3 years she's been our starting second baseman. The things that she does is she will always put the ball in play, and she's just a gamer. She'll do what she has to do at any time to help us out.
She keeps everyone up, and that's really good for a leader. She doesn't get down easily. And I think that's the main thing a leader needs to have, because everyone looks up to us as captains, and the fact that she doesn't get down very easily, everyone sees that, okay, I don't need to get down. I know I can just shake it off, and I can still make a great play after making an error.
The leadership Taylor provides, she learned as a freshman from an influential senior class, led by Kelsey Bees, Brooke Pierce, and Shanna Sticka.
They impacted me a lot. Kelsey Bees was my cousin, so I'd always go to her for advice. I'm like, what could I be doing better, and stuff. And Brooke, my family has been family friends with them for a long time now, and so she was kind of like an older sister that I could always go to for advice, and she played second base, so I looked at how she played second base to better myself. And then Shanna was she was like a commander on the mound, and she just had control of the game, and just seeing the way she worked through a game batter by batter was just so impressive that I try to carry that with us and just have everyone feel confident on the field.
This season, for the first time in 4 years, there aren't 2 Brattens on the diamond. Kylie Bratten, herself a 4-year starter at Maple Grove, graduated last spring. While Taylor says there is definitely some sibling rivalry, she loves the softball memories she shares with Kylie.
Coltis will joke about it all the time, big sis, little sis, big brat, little brat kind of thing. But it's awesome to play with my sister and just have that relationship on the field and then at home, and always being able to go with her could I be doing something better? Could I do this? And stuff like that. And we definitely help each other out. And it was just a great experience to be able to play with her for 3 years.
Taylor won't play softball in college next year at the University of Minnesota. She will focus on her studies instead. And this high school senior already has a clear vision of her career path.
I want to do clinical pharmacy on an oncology floor in a children's hospital and work with trying to figure out which chemo drugs are helping patients, what are not, what drugs to use, and how they all react with each other.
The Crimson wear pink to support assistant coach Pam Hennon and her ongoing battle with breast cancer. Taylor's passion for helping those with the disease is driven by the loss of her cousin Troy. He died of cancer when Taylor was an infant.
I was 2 weeks old when he passed away, but he was the light of my family. Everyone always talks about him. He is a great guy, and I have pictures with him when I was a baby and he was in the hospital and stuff, but he was my mom's, my mom and him were best friends. My sister was, my sister's godfather, and they were just always together, so I just want, like, not to have people go through the pain that my family went through losing him and stuff with children.
No doubt Troy would be proud of his little cousin today as she and her teammates swing for a state championship this week.
It's such a great experience, and it would mean so much to me if we could actually accomplish that. And if we won, I don't even know what I would do. That'd be insane. But Coltis said he would get a tattoo if we won, so that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. Taylor and the Crimson play Bloomington Jefferson in the state quarterfinals Thursday morning at 11 at Caswell Park in North Mankato. Jay talks tennis with the Wayzata boys when Sports Jam returns.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. It's state tournament week in boys tennis, and the Wayzata Trojans will be aiming at a team title. They're the #1 seed in Class AA, and we're joined by a couple of their players and also Coach Jeff Pronzinski. We'll start with Matt Tropsha. It's been a great year for you guys. Been ranked #1 for much of the year and everything, and now getting ready for that final push. How exciting is it to be in the tournament again?
It's definitely really exciting, and especially given the fact that this is the best team I've seen in my entire high school career, I'm really excited about the state tournament.
Last year, got into the tournament, got into second place. How much did that experience, help you guys coming into this year?
Well, I mean, we've played a lot of matches this year, and we've been in a lot of high-pressure situation over the years. So I think given the fact that we've been in state tournament over the past 4 years, it's going to just help us this year.
Like you kind of touched on, this seems like a very deep team where you don't really have weak spots in your lineup at all. Is it more fun when it's that way and it isn't just the stars and the lower guys?
Oh, definitely. It definitely creates a greater sense of teamwork. And, just everyone really makes a big difference in our team.
All right, thanks for joining us. Good luck at state.
Thank you.
And Coach Jeff Pronzinski, your team has been pushing toward this point and gotten to the point where you've had an excellent season. How confident are you guys coming in?
Yeah, I think we're very confident. We have a lot of kids with a lot of experience and a lot of, seniors that we have. 7 seniors, the most I've ever kept. And we worked hard all year, and hopefully we can play our best tennis next week in the state tournament.
Good thing is you have been challenged along the way, too, and that I'm sure has you ready for anything you might see any team.
Yeah, we try to play the best teams in the state. We played O'Gorman from South Dakota, that is perennial South Dakota state champions, and this year we even went to a big tournament in Wisconsin and played against some of the best teams in Wisconsin. So we're ready, and hopefully we're ready to step up to the challenge.
Would you like another shot at Elk River, the team that beat you last year, or does it not really matter?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, I think, for us, we've lost 2 state champion titles in a row, and it's never fun taking second because you're so close and losing tough 3-setters. So, whoever we play will be willing to hopefully just take it one match at a time, and we're worried about beating, St. Cloud Tech first.
All right, thanks, Jeff, for joining us, and have fun at state.
Yep, thank you very much.
And Jack Graven, one of the doubles teams in the tournament, also with the team, and you guys have done well all season long. How ready do you feel for that state tournament now?
I think we feel ready. We've worked hard all year and done the little things right, like shoveling and stuff, so that we could play outside all the time and play tough matches. So I think we're pretty ready.
Do you feel like you guys have performed up to the expectation that you had coming in? I mean, obviously the record's great and everything, but are you guys playing the kind of tennis you should be coming into?
Yeah, I think so. I think, obviously, like you said, the record, we've only lost 1 match to a single-A team, so we've done really well and shown our talent.
It seems like there are teams that aren't too far behind you guys too, though. So you have to have your A game to be at that top spot, right?
Oh yeah, it's always known that we have to play our best, no matter who we're playing. That's just the way we are. Just go out there and give it our all.
As Coach said, obviously the team part comes first, but then you and Nick getting ready for doubles. How do you feel that team's blending, and how do you feel about your chances?
It's a really fun time, actually. Nick's a great kid and fun to play with. So obviously team goes first, but then competing for a state title in doubles is also a great experience. So very happy about that.
All right, congratulations on a great season,
Thank
Jack,
you.
and have fun at state.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jack Graven and the Wayzata Trojans boys tennis team aiming for a state championship after being runner-up last season. We'll be back to put the finishing touches on Sports Jam in just a moment.
Follow 12 Sports replays and live events on Twitter, Facebook, and live stream. Watch your favorite high school athletes performing live on your computer or mobile device. Link to us on 12.tv. And that's it for this week's show.
See you next time on Sports Jam.